Back, episode 21. Nothing much, man. We here. We we made it to the number. I'm not gonna make a joke, but we're here. What's going on with you?
Can't complain, man. Made it through another week. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be able to talk about something else, something new. But yeah, man, like you said, episode 21. Like I said, thankful again for everybody that listens to us, supports us. Like I run into a ton of people. Like I was telling you, like in person, that say they love kind of like the podcast and some of the stuff that we talk about. So, super appreciative to everybody that has shared a message like that or let me know that they enjoy some of the things that Thomas and I talk on. Looking forward to keeping it going. Let's go ahead and get to it.
In fact, and before we do that, I have to do the disclaimer, but also before that, I'm in a different place. I haven't ran into anyone who could tell me from a can of paint, tell us from a can of paint. Places I'm at, they see me. I'm not sure what goes through their minds. I'm not sure what they see, but it definitely isn't this. So glad for all the appreciative people out there, for all the people who enjoy the show. My name is Thomas. Other gentleman you see on the screen or that you're hearing, his name is Malcolm. And this is the Black Box Theory Podcast. Get in now.
Welcome, folks. Welcome.
And as a disclaimer, the views expressed on this podcast are strictly our own and do not represent our employers or any affiliated organizations. We are not financial advisors, tax professionals, or legal experts. We are sharing our personal perspectives and deconstructing these industries in real time, but none of this is professional advice. Always do your own due diligence and consult with qualified professionals before making major moves. We're learning out loud. Join us, but the plays you make are your own. And remember, you are not a sovereign citizen and you are not traveling in your car when you're driving. First up, man. It's something that's kind of, I guess, close to home for us in a few ways.
Yeah, man. Literally and figuratively. So you guys know we're both HBCU grads, North Carolina A&T State University. So this is like pretty new. Pretty recent development, but I'm sure a lot of folks that are listening to this have heard about this, on Instagram, on some type of news platform or local DC kind of coverage or DMV coverage. So this one's actually about Howard University. Love Howard. I have a lot of really good friends of mine that studied at Howard and are doing incredible things, and Howard is an excellent institution. But this recent story that's kind of been like taking a lot of people or I guess taking the internet by storm is pretty insane. And I know, like, before we kind of do jump into it, like, I do want to kind of leave a disclaimer here. This is not to further bash HBCUs or to try to put one down as graduates of another, but this is kind of like more of like a like let's be real, like this is like an insane thing to do to incoming students. And it's like HBCUs as they are kind of like standalone, they already get a bad enough rep, bro. But it's like it hits differently when you're a school like Howard, bro. Because it's like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Most people that haven't heard of HBCUs or they know very little about HBCUs, I promise you they know what Howard is. Like when you ask a random person, HBCUs are not going to name. They may name A&T. I don't know. They may or may not. We're literally 50-50, but they're not naming like a Clark Atlanta or a Prairie View, and they're not naming like some of the more like lesser known, like the Johnson C. Smith. Like there are so many HBCUs and incredible institutions, but a lot of the times, a lot of that concentration, whether it's from sponsorships, from concerts, from celebrities shouting them out, it's heavily concentrated between Howard, Spelman, Morehouse. Those three get all the money, they get all the sponsorships. Like, granted, this is not like trying to pit one HBCU against the other. They're all great institutions, but like being real, bro, if you go to HBCU, we know about HBCUs, those three are like generally speaking the most popular. Now, granted, A&T and FAMU are, I think, like up and coming. They kind of like in that they're like that tier right below as far as like popularity and like relevance, but they're for sure like getting up there. But like I said, Howard and Spelman are like is Morehouse private too, or am I tripping?
Yeah, Morehouse is private.
Yeah. So it's like these are three private HBCU institutions. They like have the most like notoriety. They probably the most famous, most well known HBCUs, right? So when news comes out about them, it literally like spreads like 10 times quicker than any other school, bro. I promise you. Like if this was another school, it probably would have been like dead in its tracks a little bit sooner. But this is not going to stop her because this is pretty insane, right? So, getting into the actual, I guess, details of the story and whatnot. So this is about Howard University and how they have unfortunately unenrolled 502 freshmen into their new class. And so this is obviously like really nasty work. but yeah, it's like I said, so like this is like it's covered like by so many different articles, bro. I'm reading right now like on AP News, right? So on Howard, on this past Friday, Howard confirmed they sent an email notification to students, to 500 to first time in college students whose account did not reflect the required enrollment and financial obligations by the previously communicated deadlines. So according to article, starting in March, the unenrolled students began receiving specific communications about enrollment requirements, payment expectations, and deadlines via email and orientation sessions, the school said. And so they said in an email, the university recognized that timing differences may have occurred when financial aid was reflected and when the charges were finalized. However, said in the email, students who believe that their account did not accurately reflect their financial standing at the deadline should contact the bursar's office, and each case will be reviewed individually to determine whether adjustments or reinstatement are appropriate. That is nasty. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of nasty, bro.
They're reviewed individually. Like, let's just think about this for a second. 502 students that worked hard to get good grades, get good SAT scores, get into the university, dropped all because of what? Were there not other routes? Was there not a way to put people on the Howard University loan plan, a payment plan, some form of remediation other than just immediately being dropped? Not even a deferred. You just dropped unenrolled.
Yeah,
We gotta
I
do
don't know,
better, man.
bro. It's nasty because like when you do break down the numbers, that's like 20% or more of the incoming class, bro. There has to be like a lot more to it because I'm like that's just there's just no way a HBCU, let alone any higher education institution, is doing something like this so casually, bro. Like 500 students. That's 500 students who essentially like had their lives or had their minds and dreams and hopes set on Howard and moving out to DC. And it's like obviously, I mean Howard is an expensive school, bro. Especially in terms of HBCU education. Like Howard is definitely on the more expensive side. I don't know if they're the most expensive. They probably, if they're not one, they're two right after Spelman, bro. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, and the question, like the first question I have is like, why, if you guys knew, that you were going to make a decision like this, and that like, cause I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me because like there are like a ton of, I know for a fact that even at ANC, bro, like there are times when people like incoming freshmen or people that are like, getting ready for the new school year, they may not have all their funds in order, or it's like the funds or the scholarships or the grants are on the way, but they're not perfected in your account in time, I guess, for whatever deadline the school may set. There are other ways to go about it, right? I know that like, there are people that like either put holds on classes or on registration. They put there's some type of like blocker they can use, but like completely unenrolling and dropping a student. It's like to think about the timing as well, right? These are incoming freshmen. These aren't just like students who can just transfer. Like these are incoming freshmen. Like I don't even know what that process is like. Like I know that the intent to enroll date is probably passed for a lot of like institutions around the world. So it's like what's next for a student in these shoes, man? Like where do you go from here, right? Like your dream school. I'm sure a lot of these students, this was their dream school. They had their their hearts and their minds set on Howard and studying at Howard. And it's like, all that just get stripped away from you over an email, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be tight,
Yeah,
especially if I'm their parents, bro. Like probably have spent an insane amount of money, like getting travel arrangements. Think about all the flights people have gotten, the hotels people have gotten, like rental, like
jeez.
all the money that goes into moving a child into a college, dorm or to a college living space. All this is going out the window, bro. So it's like, I think this should also kind of like, not to, I really hate these type of, I don't want to say I hate these type of conversations, but it's like, it's really unfortunate because it's like, it sucks to have these type of conversations. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, I hope, like, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm a high school student and my dream school is Howard,
Do better.
this should be like, this is a wake up call. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I'm not trying to make less people go to HBCUs. Like, great HBCUs are I'm always gonna tell someone to go to HBCU, bro. But it's like, this should be a wake up call, bro. This is not normal. Or like there has to be something deeper with this when it comes to the financials, when it comes to like how the administration is funneling money. Because if we're being real, Howard gets money, bro. Like all the brand deals and sponsorships and the crazy endowment that they have, Howard gets money, bro. So we're not going to act like they are just dying over there, bro. There has to be something deeper than that to cut 500 students over email, bro. That's
Yeah,
I can't really wrap my head around.
and I looked it up, right? The
Mhm.
price. U.S. News says tuition and fees are $38,936, and it's the most expensive HBCU. That's U.S. News. But when I just did a regular search, Google AI overview says Howard is approximately $58,000 a year, which we all know that tuition and fees is not just the base cost. So anyone who's been to college, you know, tuition and fees is like bare minimum. That's assuming you don't have a meal plan, assuming you don't have
Housing.
housing.
Yeah.
Like
So
that's literally just the cost to be in a classroom.
mhm.
Um, if
if you live in an apartment out there, you can really bump that up to like more closer to 70,000, bro. Being real with you, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. This might be a nasty, like a. Some people may not agree with this statement. I'm not paying. I wouldn't pay. I'm not gonna lie. This isn't even just Howard. This is any HBCU. I'm not paying $70,000 to go to HBCU. To go to an HBCU, no. First,
I mean,
for one, I don't have the money to pay for $70,000 school anywhere. But if I had to pay $70,000, I'm not going to HBCU. I'm not going.
yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. And you know what? For a lot of people, they might be saying, "What you talking about?" Here's the thing, right? It's not that the dollars are better spent elsewhere. It's just if you're paying that much for it's like spending money on designer, right? You want to spend money on a high end brand that like high end people know about, or you're going to spend money on a belt that's flashy that looks good to people who can't really put you in a better position. When you're spending that much money on a degree, that's an investment. And HBCUs are a fantastic investment, 1000%. However, if you're spending that type of bread, you need to be going to Ivy League where people.
That's the thing. That's also yeah. I agree with you. That's also like a for one. I mean, you'd have to have the stats to even. That's the thing though. I feel like if I was paying 70,000, if I had to pay $70,000 in school a year, that's assuming that I had the stats to get into an Ivy League or top tier premier institution in the world. My thing is like if you honestly the way I would make an analogy of it, bro, it's like even with I don't know, some people may think this won't make sense, but it's the same thing like where it's like okay, like even with like you can think about like RSUs when we get our vesting for a company, right? Let's say you work at freaking Oracle, right? Let's say you work at Oracle and you get stock vesting for the next 4 years, right? And every single year on the same date, you get a certain number of shares of Oracle. Let's say these shares, you get this number of shares, you get $10,000 of Oracle stock, and it just gets deposited into your account, right? Now you, as the person on the other side of that vesting, you have an option, right? You can either keep now, if you know anything about Oracle stock or the company, Oracle stock is in hell right now, right? Like Oracle stock is in hell. They're down they're down 40% year to date. And over the past year, they're down 53%, down 132 points, right? So Oracle stock is in hell. That may be an extreme analogy or an extreme like example, but the choice is yours, right? It's like if you're going to have all this money, are you going to put it into something like Oracle, or are you going to put it into something like if I have $10,000, I had to pick a company. I'm going somewhere like Google. I'm going somewhere like an Apple, right? I'm going somewhere like an Nvidia. If I have all this money and I have to spend it, I'm going to put it towards something that I know is going to be a better bang for my buck, or a more premier, or more like I can get more out of the brand value if I'm going to be paying that much money, right? And so it's like let's also remember like the whole point of HBCUs and like their purpose and like why they're around. For one, obviously it's to have a safe space for students, for people that look like us, for us, created by us. You know, from the academics to the culture to the yard to everything, right? To the athletics, right? Everything that's all curated for us by us. The other piece, which is also another huge piece, is the affordability of it, right? HBCUs are designed to be affordable for us because like a lot of times like we don't have the resources or the economic status or viability to get into these super high tier institutions. Like I don't know anybody that had the money to even if you could get into Harvard or Princeton or Stanford who had 70, 80, $90,000 a year to just drop on that, right? It was like we went to HBCUs not because like we had no other option. People wanted to go. We wanted to go to HBCUs. We wanted to be like on that campus surrounded by our people. But it's also like it's affordable. It's doable. It's still a world class education at a reasonable price tag. That's why we go. But when you're an HBCU and you're raising your prices to these insane, unreasonable amounts. Granted, inflation is a thing. I get it. But if you look into the numbers, bro, the proportion in which college tuition has raised to actual inflation rates and other cost of goods, colleges have like surpassed that by like 10, 20. Like they have like absolutely ran with it. Like, I mean, like, I don't think anything has like inflated more over like an extended period of time than college tuitions. Like more, I'm talking more than, if you think like grocery prices have gotten crazy, gas prices have gotten crazy, college tuition prices get insane year over year. And people just chalk it up to the fact where it's like, oh, you know, this is how it's supposed to be. And it's really not, if we're being real with you. Like college tuition, like the prices that they go up is really kind of like it goes under pretty often.
And Howard has an endowment of over $1 billion, and
Does
they're
it,
a private
I don't think any
university.
other HBCU has that.
No, yeah, they're the first. I think they're the only because a lot of HBCUs are public. I'm not sure who else has over 1 billion. I know they were the first though. But I mean, like to add on
Mhm.
to what you're saying, bro. Like if you have the type of money to just like a 70, 80K a year tuition is nothing to you. You probably don't need to go to a HBCU unless you want the cultural experience or you want to like, get, just get involved. Because I would say HBCUs, at least in my experience, are great for opportunities. They're great for networking. They're great for getting you into rooms and doors that you didn't even know were there, which is great reason to go, honestly,
Mhm.
especially A&T. But if you have that type of money, like if your parents actually, like if your family actually has that money, I'm just gonna assume you don't need those connections as much as other people do. So I would just assume that you're tapped in. Like I've met some people who come from, when we talk about coming from money, coming from like wealth, like coming from like you look on TV, you look on ownership, you look at who owns things, and you see the folks' names. Yeah, that, and it's like those type of people, they have those connections already. HBCUs and these schools that are designed for us by us are meant to give a chance and opportunity in a country, really in a planet, because these things exist around the world. I just don't know much about HBCUs in other countries, but to give us a chance, which we still need, because contrary to this somehow popular belief or seemingly loud belief, I don't know if it's popular, that America's fair. America's not designed to be fair, never has been fair, never will be fair. That's just not the case. I don't know where that uh, lunacy came from. Sure, it's a lot more free than other countries. Absolutely. No one's saying it's not, but you still need those opportunities. And honestly, if you've ever been the only person that looks like you in another place, you understand what it feels like. You understand what those looks are like. You understand how difficult it can be, how straining it is on your spirit and on your mind. So HBCUs are great. We want them to continue to be great. And all we want, all everyone needs is for Howard and other schools like it, HBCU or not, to just be transparent, be honest, don't lead people on, make decisions sooner. We all know scholarships and money take some time to come in. They don't show up when we want them to. I've had stuff come in late. I've had stuff come in on time and the friggin' what is it? The all financial aid office opens the email and doesn't apply the funds for
Yeah,
months.
bro.
They just sit
Yeah.
there with a red email. It
Literally, bro.
happens.
If you've gone to an HBCU, like part of the HBCU experience is going to war with the financial aid office. No matter, even if you have a full ride, there's still going to be some type of battle you have to fight. There's always something that isn't accounted for, some scholarship, some fund that isn't applied. There's always something, bro. So it's like that's low key part of the package. But it's like, yeah, like to get back on like the main like track, I do like I feel so bad for those students who kind of like it's like imagine getting your dream stripped away from you before you even have a chance to like step foot on campus officially, bro. Like and to be this close to the school year starting, like I'm sure because I know like when we went to school, like one of the big things was about like incoming freshmen, like a lot of them started forming those connections before they even got to campus, bro. Like I know a lot of incoming freshmen, they have like roll call pages. They start making group chats with people with similar majors from the same hometown with similar passions and interests. And it's like I'm sure a lot of those students had already started to get integrated, like with that incoming freshman class and started to make friends and connections. They probably had orientation on campus. So it's like imagine like making all these friends and connections and you're thinking that this is where you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life. And that just gets taken away from you because of granted, like I get the school said they started sending out communications back in March, but it's like that's still such an extreme way to play it, bro. Like to your incoming class and to cut that many students. I feel like there's a lot more to the story than what we're seeing on all these articles and Instagram posts. But yeah, like I said, I hope hearts out to those students. Howard has to do better. HBCUs has to do better. HBCUs have to do better because this is setting a terrible precedent for people that are interested in institutions like Howard because, like granted, this isn't a good look for them, but HBCUs have bad headlines all the time. And this doesn't really help either. Howard is an excellent institution, but it's like when you have headlines like these, bro, I can't imagine it doing anything else but scaring away students that have the same aspirations and dreams as the ones who just got, unenrolled before they even had a chance to get their lives started. So yeah, like I said, like HBCUs have to be better. Like
Hmm.
Howard has to be better. It's just a bad precedent. So yeah, I really do hope that doesn't like ever happen. again. And I really do hope a lot of those students do get reinstated, or they find, an alternative in enough time for them to still like not miss out on anything major. And stop, please stop like over enrolling, bro. Like stop, like the money, like bro, stop, like stop over enrolling, taking too many students. If you know you can't support them, if you can't provide housing, if you cannot like do the things you need to do to run a college and a school effectively, like come on, guys. Hey man, Greensboro, North Carolina, is always, always welcoming. Even though I may be contradicting myself, I'm pretty sure we're over the limit as well. But just know, as a transfer student, something like that, A&T is always we're always a great place where we're happy to take new talent. So come join the winning side, man. But
Centennial.
yeah, I'm about to
Centennial all
say,
the
and it's
way.
probably be 100 G home, man. So you really gonna get the whole package, bro. If you slide on over to us, I'm pretty sure it's too late now, but like next semester or something like that, y'all might be in luck. So nah, though, real talk though, like hearts out to those families, and I really do hope they are able to get back on their feet and figure something out for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Prayers up, man. Don't limit yourself ever. But in other news, talking about who needs to get better, man, we got our good old buddy, old pal in this clip I'm about to show you guys, man. As we all know, LeBron James has signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. And, we have a important figure being questioned about this. Let's see what he has to say.
His next team to be the 76ers. Where do you stand on LeBron versus Michael Jordan as the best ever?
Well, Michael Jordan's a guy that's a friend of mine, play golf with him. He's a really good guy. And I think LeBron is, maybe he's a racist, but maybe he doesn't like Trump. I don't know. I only like people that like me. So I would say Michael Jordan all the way. Yeah.
There are so many things that you can like dissect from this clip and call out. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. For any, not even for him, right? But for any, I feel like any leader of a country, any leader of a like major political figure to come out and say, whether it's a joke or not, I only like people who like me, should tell you everything that you need to know about their character, bro. Like everything that you need to know about who they are as a person. It's just like you just gave away your bias, and like because he doesn't like you, you don't like him. So he's he's a racist because he doesn't like you. Like, what type of logic is that, bro? Like he literally trolls every clip I seen him. And it's like it's getting to the point now where it's like it's just rage bait, bro. It's like if you let him rage bait you, he's winning. So
Maybe he's a racist.
yeah, I just don't understand it, bro.
But that's that's just like it's so funny to me
Bro.
because like I don't know how else to respond to it. Like that's just the outlandish thing to say. I mean, I hope that
He's
the
ridiculous.
president of the United States is in a healthy mind for a bunch of reasons. But it's a shame if people can't face the music and know what's going on. People need. I want everyone to be aware when it's time to face the consequences of your actions. And he has a lot of actions that have a lot of consequences that we're all facing every single day, whether you agree with it or not. So it's only fair that same should apply. So I hope that maybe he was making a joke.
No, that wasn't a joke. No, he was serious. Because I mean, I know Brown has had like several like remarks like publicly where that he has made it known. I'm sure he's made it known that he doesn't like him. Like I think he's he's been doing this since like 2020, 2021. So I know he endorsed Clinton back in 2016. Yeah, he's been frying him since like for like almost a decade now. So yeah, and he endorsed Clinton, endorsed Biden, endorsed Harris. Bro. He's
because LeBron didn't make his money off of the way other billionaires make their money. He didn't. I wouldn't say LeBron's money's dirty. He made his money off deals, hoops.
I actually saw something today that Trump he's made more in his first 2 years of presidency than all years of his life combined.
Yeah, he's made it. He's up a billion at least. Few billion.
And I like that's an entire separate dialogue in itself, like the insider trading, the corruption, like the I think we saw, like, I don't know if we talked about it last episode, but like the report where it's like he's selling his API for True Social to banks and financial institutions. Essentially, like he's basically selling access to quicker news that he says before it hits like public platforms as soon as it hits. Like literally selling information. He's selling insider information and like whoever buys it gets access to it the quickest. That is insane.
And that's why I said what I said about facing the consequences of his actions. I don't want that to be misinterpreted in any way. What I mean is he's doing a lot of things that are questionable legally. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I don't say whether or not these things are illegal or not. If the consequences of his actions are he finishes his presidency and he goes off into retirement, I hope that he's of sound mind to face that. If the consequences are you got to go to trial to defend what you've done, I hope that he's in his right mind for that too. I just want to clear that up. We live in some crazy times where speech is not necessarily free. I've been seeing stuff with organizations pulling up to people's houses because they make social media posts like this episode of The Boys or something. And these posts and things that they say are not threatening in any way. They're not nothing of that nature, just strictly critical, which we all should be allowed to be critical. And I think there's right and wrong. I don't decide what's right and wrong, but yeah, he's I think him getting rich, doing trades and deals or making deals and trades that no normal person can make is wrong. We have people that can't afford groceries. We have people that can't afford things that they need. And yet he has made more money in the past 2 years than he has at all in his life combined up to now.
Yeah, bro. And anybody that defends this and tries to use the logic, he doesn't take a salary. You're
for the people, right?
Yeah, like, I'm not going to say the word that should be used to describe you, but you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. So, yeah, we can move on, man. Because I feel like the more I talk about him, the less competent I become. So,
yeah, man. We love our lives. I love the country. I am in good health. I'm in good health. That is not a question thing here. Speaking of good health, let's talk about the Tuskegee, another HBCU, which depending on how you look at this can be good or bad. Tuskegee University in Alabama situation. So pretty much they introduced a new dress code banning bonnets and do-rags. The university's president released a statement saying students need to dress professionally. Now, this has caused some discourse online. Some people say it is anti-Black. Some people say it is appealing to Eurocentric standards. Others say this should have been a thing. It's not a good thing to wear out in public. And when you go to class, you should be practicing for the professional world and just presenting yourself, because you don't always get to have a first impression. You only get one first impression. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts on this?
That's the thing. I want to answer this in a way where it's like, or give my opinion on this in a way where it's like, I'm not completely discrediting or invalidating one side of it. Like I to an extent, I understand both sides. One, obviously some people can say it's anti-Black. It's, like restricting, it's taking away from our culture. That whole ordeal, right? And then there's the other side where it's like, yeah, you should be, there's a time and place for everything. You should be practice how you play. Like you should be dressing professionally. You should be carrying yourself with a certain standard. At your institution, it's like you're in class to learn, not to like. So it's like, I guess I get both ways, but to me, I completely agree with it. I'm not going to say I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that folks that are saying that it's like we're like bending a knee or we're like conforming to Eurocentric standards or whatever. We're at school to get a degree. Like I said, you already go to an HBCU, bro. You're surrounded by your people. You're surrounded by nothing but your culture. You have D9, Greek, fraternities and sororities. You have organizations created by Black students. You have Black professors and teachers and chancellors and vice presidents and directors and deans. You have all of these things that make up the architecture and the structure of an HBCU. You are there to learn, to get your degree, to network, to secure a full-time job, to secure internships, to secure co-ops, right? And so it's like, I do think that there is a time and a place for it, right? I think that if you want to wear a do-rag in the comfort of your own home and get your waves on point, if you want to wear a bonnet to protect because I understand it, right? As someone who's had locks before, I understand the importance of protecting your hair and because a lot of people don't understand like what Black hair means to a Black person because they've never had it, and they don't understand like the intention that we put in it to moisturize it, to keep it conditioned, to keep it looking good, to keep it looking fresh, right? Like there's a lot of like pride and to some degree, some people have like spiritual connections with their hair. I'm not that far in, like, you feel me? But like I understand it, right? So I've been there. I understand the importance of wanting to maintain your hair and to keep it, but you're going to class, bro. So it's like the same way, like it's like you have to make it make sense, right? Because he's saying people that will argue this down about You should be able to wear it in the club, in the classroom. Okay, let me ask you this. Would you wear a do-rag or a bonnet to a job interview? Would you wear a do-rag or a bonnet to the club when you go out with your friends? Would you wear a do-rag or a bonnet, right, to a networking event? No, you wouldn't. Why? Oh, well, that's different because how is it different? In the class, you are learning, you are preparing yourself. You are literally learning the foundational concepts that are going to carry you in the professional world. And the only difference is that this is actually being in the same place, right? This is actually being in the professional world. Well, class is the same as a job interview. I should be able to relax and dress how I want to in class. You can dress how you want to. It's not a uniform. It's not a uniform, but it's like there's a time and a place, bro. Right? And it's like you have to understand like how your outward appearance, like whether it's a good thing or not. And it's not, prejudice and stereotypes aren't a good thing, but you have to understand, right? A lot of people perceive Black people as these violent, stupid, like not, a lot of people who don't know about, like, who have not been in Black communities or been surrounded by Black people. A lot of them, their only exposure to us is what they see on the news or what they see in these, headlines. And 9 times out of 10, a headline about a Black person is usually something bad. It's usually something violent. It's usually something about a crime or something that doesn't put us in a good light, right? So it's like that external, that outward appearance that you carry yourself with is usually the first thing that's registered in someone's mind, right? If I was to walk outside, right, and I walk outside in a I'm in normal clothes, but I have on a do-rag, I got a tank top on, I got, like I said, I'm someone who I have a lot of tattoos. I'm Black. I have earrings. Like I don't have my locks anymore, but if I did, do you think that the first thought that someone sees when they see me and I come outside like that is, you know what? I think this guy might have studied mechanical engineering, graduated magna cum laude, and works in Microsoft right now. That's what I think. No, they don't think that. Nobody that has seen me in public and doesn't know me, that is their first thought. Until you have a conversation with me and you hear how I speak and I enunciate my words and that I have more to me than just my outward appearance, you understand that I'm someone with some substance and some depth. But this to the naked eye, and I'm not going to sit here and say that's part of the reason why I cut my locks off, bro. There's no reason I should go in the gas station and people start, hold on, like, bro, I'm about to pay for the Skittles, dog. I just want some. I want 20 on pump 4, gang. Like, mind you, I don't think I'm an intimidating looking person. I'm a little taller, I guess, than most people, but by no means I'm not a super big guy. I have a couple of tattoos. Okay, cool. But by no means am I some type of, I walk in and I should like command some fear in the room. That's never been me, bro. Like, that has never ever been me. But literally, I have walked in, when I had my locks in school, bro, there have been so many times I've walked into spaces, like I'll have like my do-rag cap on coming from the gym, I'll have like a tank top on or something like that. I might just want a water bottle, bro. And I've been followed around in stores to make sure that I don't take anything. Like, mind you, I have my wallet in hand, my Apple Pay in hand, like I'm about to go pay, bro. But it's like, I've seen it firsthand. So a lot of people, they don't understand it because they haven't seen it yet, because they maybe have been only in communities where they aren't judged by it, or because they see other people do it, so they think it's okay. But there's a time and a place for everything, bro. And this is one of those things. The same way you wouldn't wear a do-rag or a bonnet to a job interview, to a networking event, you wouldn't wear it to the club. And that has nothing to do with any of the things I just said. There's a time and a place for everything, right? Carry yourself, present yourself in a way that you want to be treated and you want to be understood and you want to be taken seriously, bro. Come on, bro. Like, if you want people to take you seriously, it's not about conforming to culture or standards, but it's about like we're an HBCU, bro. We are already prejudiced. We already have all these bad titles and these people that doubt us, that think that we aren't smart, that we're violent, that we're just like, gang members, this and that. Wearing a do-rag or bonnet, all it does is just amplify those prejudices and those beliefs, bro. We have to separate ourselves. If you want to be treated and understood as someone who's about their business, that handles their business, that you're educated, right? You're well read, right? You can perform things at a very high level. You're high functioning. You're capable. You can excel, right, in different fields, right? Like you can do things, right? You have to dress the part. You have to show yourself. You have to carry yourself. You have to present yourself, bro. So it's like
that's Eurocentric. You're appealing to Eurocentric business standards.
Okay, well, if that's the case, if we really want to like play that game, bro, like tell me like please go to the camp, like name any top institution in the world that you want to, MIT, Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, UC Berkeley, any of these institutions, bro. I want someone to just take a tour on that campus, walk into a random class. Tell me how many. There's already very few of us. Tell me how many people of color you see in there wearing a do-rag or a bonnet to class, bro.
And no, that's another thing too. People say Eurocentric. I get that a lot of the world has been colonized, but I bet you can go to any country on this earth that has a business or corporation or any level of business. I'm not talking about a mom and pop shop where it's, people can wear whatever, because I mean, They own it, and they're not. You know what I'm talking about? It's people wear suits and ties. That's not. I don't know why people say that's like a Eurocentric. Everyone wears a suit and a tie. People all over this world wear suits and ties and have a clean cut. I understand. Yes, having locks is that's fun. Yes, we're not talking about hairstyles. Talking about head coverings that are unnecessary. It's not religious. It's not a part of your outfit. You're just putting the stuff on. Like I got told at a young age, like, don't do that. It's because you never know how people see you. It's like Malcolm said. And it's really, this doesn't even just apply to black people. It does mostly. But I have seen, and I have to say this because I saw a comment saying, it was a black woman, I think. She was saying like, I hate when I go to see in the airport and I only see African Americans wearing bonnets and pajamas. And I'm like, look, that is false. That you don't travel. If you say you don't travel, I have seen other races wear bonnets, pajamas, Crocs, flip-flops, feet out, unkept, beaters. I have seen more of that from other races than African Americans. You say that's false, but people that push that say, oh, they're the only ones that do it. We only do this. No. Address your self-hatred, open your eyes, and stop just letting everybody who has a different shade of skin pass by your view, right? Everyone talks about genetics and mutations and blah, blah, blah. Where did people come from? Where did humanity originate? What is the mutation? What is the mutation to adapt to your environment? Humanity started in Africa. People have darker skin. Why are you judging skin at all? And you look at animals. I don't know too many animals that have white, like pale skin. Why? Because animals live outside. So albino, they don't have any. It's like a condition in animals, and it affects humans as well. But the point is, people are always changing what we're talking about. They're always changing the goalposts. We're always moving the bar. But to get back to the point, there's time and place. I have been in class and a company comes in. You don't know who comes in. You don't know what opportunities they have for you. If you went in class wearing a bonnet and a shirt that says, I like dads, and you're freaking, your cheeks is hanging out, male or female, by the way.
No, Jesus. But yeah, no, that's another point too, because it's not even about like you're carrying yourself, you're trying to impress your professor. You also never know who's going to walk in. Like I know at ANC, bro, like at least like there were I can't even count dozens of times we had lobby days or random employees or full-time employees or recent ANC graduates to come in from different companies. I'm talking everybody, bro. We're talking about Boeing. We're talking about Johnson & Johnson. We're talking about like literally every company you can think of used to be in the like Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, every engineering company, GE, like every engineering company, they were looking for engineers. They were looking for mechanical engineers. They were looking for computer, like they were looking for everybody in the College of Engineering. But they used to just come in to our classes on a whim. Like we wouldn't always know when someone was coming in. So it's like you never know when someone's going to come, when someone's going to be there, when it's time to interview them on the spot, right? So like you want to carry yourself in a way where people are going to treat you with, they have give people no choice but to treat you with respect. Give people don't give anyone any ammunition to doubt you, bro. Like it's very simple. It's not about, and we have to stop being so narrow-minded to think that everything is like a this or that type of situation where it's like, okay, well, if I'm not wearing my do-rag, then that means I'm conforming to these. No, it's about have the wherewithal to understand that you are in the real world now. This is not about like, when you're in the comfort of your own home, no one's telling you what to wear. No one can tell you what to wear. Do what you want to do in the comfort of your own home, bro. But when you're out and about and you don't know who you're going to run into, you don't know who you'll pass by, who you'll handshake with, what companies you'll talk to, who you'll interview with, carry yourself in a way that demands respect. You have no choice but to respect me. You have to know that there's more to me than just my outward appearance, right? Because once you can look past that, now you can look at my resume. Now you can look at the depth of my character and who I am and what I've accomplished and what I've done in school, right? It's so much deeper than just like conforming. And it's like, bro, you're already at an HBCU, bro. It's not about conforming to anything. You're at an HBCU. You are at a school that goes against all conformities of all. We do everything that we do in HBCU is different, from the way that we cheer at our football games to the traditions that we have in our calf when someone drops a plate. Everything about an HBCU end to end is different from the day that you step foot on campus. Do not let a rule about a bonnet or a do-rag that is only supposed to be worn to sleep or to protect your hair when you're at home. That's not people also have a misconception about that. If you have waves, why are you wearing a do-rag all day? Show your waves, bro. Okay, I get you're wolfing, bro, and you don't have a cut right now. But gang, the whole point of a do-rag is to protect your waves, not to keep it on forever. Take off your do-rag, bro. What is under there, bro? I know dudes that don't take off their do-rag. What's under your do-rag? Take it off, you know? And I get, okay, maybe your braids are a little fried right now, bro. Brush down your edges, bro, and keep it pushing, bro. Okay. You know, and to be real, bro, nobody's even looking at you that closely in class to really know if your braids are fried, if your waves aren't spinning, bro. I personally, I'm not gonna lie, it's literally I have already forgotten half the people I went to school with, like in my immediate classes, like what they look like their faces. That may sound like inconsiderate, but it's like when you're in a class with like 30, 40 people, you're not gonna remember everyone that's sitting in there, bro. All the people I actually talk to and I'm friends with, of course I remember, but like the people I've never talked to that sat the opposite side of the class to me, I don't know what they wore. I don't know if they had to do it. I don't know, right? Stop worrying about what other people think, bro. Brush your hair, get up early enough to brush your hair and take care of yourself. And that's really what it be. A lot of times people just be rolling out of bed and just come to class, bro.
Right. Smelly, stinky.
Yeah, like, bro, take care of yourself, brother. Like, come on now. Or sister. Like, it's anybody. Like, come on, yo. Like,
school, you can get hygiene products, man. If you need some help, go to your school's what is it, health center or whatever they got going on. Ask for some soap. Ask for some. Look, man. You gotta practice. If you can't get out of bed for your class at 9 a.m. or if the class is at 8, if you got class at 8 a.m. and you struggling to get up. What you gonna do? You gotta go to work. You can't make it. Get up. You can sleep on the weekend.
Like,
in college, you got it easy. You don't got that class every day. I don't know too many classes. It's 5 days a week, 8 a.m.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like I really do like this because I feel like it sets a really good foundation for what's to be expected in the real world, right? Like I feel like college should be to a degree, in classes at least, college should be treated as a practice how you play. This is where you learn the ins and outs, the ropes, the foundational concepts, the theoretical knowledge and principles of what you're about to embark in the real world. You don't come to college it's not no fashion show, bro. Some people treat it like that. Some people treat it like that for sure. But like, yes, have your fun in college, bro. Do make friends, have fun, network, join groups and clubs and organizations. Yes, do all that, bro. But understand, like, remember the end goal. You did not come to college to go to class and do rag every day, bro. Lock in, bro. Go handle your business, bro, and carry yourself in a way that, like I said, demands respect, bro. It's no need to do the like. Come on, gang. Like,
Man.
Just relax, bro. But yeah,
For
man,
yourself.
I do hope that people like I don't really know what all the pushback is for, but I hope people that one day come to their senses.
Yeah, I hope so too. It shouldn't even have to be a mandatory thing. But you know what should be mandatory? What should be mandatory is ownership. In 2026, I'm disappointed in you human beings out there who just let everything become rented. You don't own anything. Next thing you know, you're gonna be renting food. It's going to be community food that you rent for a day. And you know what? For people that don't know what I'm talking about, I could be talking about a bunch of things, and that's very tragic. But what we're talking about today, Sony, don't cut my power off. Don't sue me. I don't own a PlayStation. Don't cut my PS Plus before I even get one.
I do.
But yeah, check his account. Check his account. But Sony, man, what happened to the discs? I mean, shoot, not even just Sony. I believe Xbox is also going no more discs in the future, no ownership, everything's virtual. And I believe Sony had a stipulation in their contract that said if you don't play this game, what was it? And if you go 60, 90 days, some time frame without playing, they can take it back and make you buy it again. No ownership. And I have to say this, 2K, I saw 2K came, the new 2K. I have not purchased 2K in over a decade, believe it or not. People that know me know I have not purchased 2K in over a decade. They had a Derrick Rose cover for I believe the Ultimate, Legendary, whatever edition, the highest tier. That would be great to own, but unfortunately, you cannot own it. You can't own it. You can purchase that version, but I've heard people say that even no matter what version you buy, you still see the regular icon on the display. So you can't even have that game. Matter of fact, yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna show something real quick. I don't know if people can see that. That's 2K13 right there.
Girl.
This is 2K13. You want to know what's crazy about it? I own it. I still have it. Still have it. Folks might not understand that, but it means something to some people. Physical media means something to some people. My fault. I just had to show that why these matter.
Man, it's crazy, bro, because it's like, granted, I'm not going to, like, it does suck, but I will just add some context to what may have driven some of Sony's decisions, right? So if you look at the numbers, bro, it sucks because, like, as much outrage and backlash as Sony has gotten over this decision to discontinue physical disc console production, the big thing is that, like, put yourself in the shoes of a CEO, right? 85% of full game software sales on PS4 and PS5 were digital in Q4 of fiscal year 2025. 78% full year average. Physical disc is roughly 3% of gaming revenue. Digital products carry higher margin. There's no split with pressing pants, distributors, or retail chains. They don't have to split any of the profit. Everything just goes straight on the PlayStation Store. Granted, the issue that I have a problem with, and it's like, I like at the end of the day, bro, you are a gaming system, so you still have to adhere and you have to serve gamers, bro. That's your audience. Your audience is gamers, bro. My thing is like, this whole licensing thing where you don't really own anything, and if you don't log into your account after X amount of time, and like as an example, right, like I don't like the fact where it's like if the PlayStation Network is down, all your games are cooked. If you don't play the game for a long enough time, all your games are cooked. If something's wrong with your internet, your Wi-Fi, you can't get on, all your games are cooked. The whole point of having a disc copy wasn't so much that people just love disc. It's the fact that one, now when you give entities like Sony control over everything about a game at any point, everybody knows that when a game gets old, you can go and buy the hard copy from GameStop for like $5, bro. What's stopping PlayStation from keeping the next 2K from staying at $100 from the day it releases to the day it dies? What's stopping PlayStation from making the oldest Call of Duty possible $60? What's stopping PlayStation from literally setting whatever? Because when you allow a company to own the entirety of the market share, they can literally do whatever they want with the price. And the thing is, Sony is the thing about it. We're doing, it's all this backlash online, all this outrage. But the thing is, Sony is literally making everyone eat their words, because the top 4 selling, as soon as the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 release back on digital ports for PS5, guess what the number 1 top selling games were? Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. GTA 6. It may be an anomaly, but when GTA 6 came out, right up there on the top selling games, right? 2K just opened for the pre-order. It's on the top of selling for in the PS Store. College Football 27, top selling in the PS Store. GTA 6, top selling in the PS Store. Call of Duty, Black Ops 2 and 1, top selling on PS Store. None of these games have digital disc. Everyone is still buying them at the same clip as before. Why would Sony stop? They don't care about anybody that's outraging, because they know it's all this. You're still going to buy the game. You're still going to go back and buy it. And it's like, what this really comes down to, I'm not saying this is a right decision or ethical decision. This is really just Sony just dragging their nuts. I'm not going to lie. This is Sony dragging their nuts on everybody's faces, bro. Because it's like, what are you going to do? You're still going to buy this game. You're not about to go switch over to Xbox. You're still going to buy this. So shut up and buy my game. Like, it sucks. That really does suck. And I hate that. Granted, I don't even play games. I think if you asked me this question like 6 to 8 years ago, like I would have had a way more passionate answer. I don't play the game nearly enough now to have like real stake in this. But the inner child in me, the inner gamer in me that's always going to be there, that's nuts, bro. Because it's just another piece that isn't talked about enough is the like people are acting like it's normal for $150 games to come with nothing. Bro, there's no reason that the ultimate edition of 2K is $150 and I get nothing physical. You're telling me I get $100,000 of VC, which doesn't even max out your player anymore. You get like some My Team packs, some custom kits, uniforms I'm never going to use, and some emblems and some trading cards, bro. $150. You know what $150 used to do for the collector's edition back in the day, bro? You would get an entire, like a life-size action figure, a freaking poster for your room. You get a custom controller wrap. Like, you would get everything, bro, for $150, bro. Like, collector's items and ultra edition used to actually mean something. Now it's just like the newest tier on PlayStation, bro. And it's like, I'm just really scared, bro, because when this really go away, they are literally like, they can, who's going to check them for the prices that they set, bro? Who's going to check them? They can really start making 2K, the standard editions, $100. They've already snuck and gotten away with standard edition games being $70 now. Like that's like I don't know if you know that, but that's a new thing now. Like, games used to be like $50 for the standard edition, for the normalist edition. Now $70 is the base price, and everything after that is just a tier upgrade, bro. It's fries.
This is also after they are saving money by saving the environment, not producing this. So they're already saving themselves money, and they're charging you more. And these games are fat. These games are hundreds
they
of
take
gigs.
up 300 gigs, gang. I don't even know what Call of Duty right now, but Call of Duty takes up at least 300 gigs on my like, PlayStation, bro.
Can we not be efficient with the storage? Like, you get some banger games with under 10 gigs.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the old CODs used to be like under 24 gigs, bro. 40 max. Now Warzone alone is like 200 gigabytes, bro. Come on, yo. What are y'all doing in there?
Hey, and the real test is honestly going to be when the PS6 comes out, because anyone, and mind you, in the times we're in, people can barely afford food. Anyone who's digging into their spirit and their soul to pull out $1,500 or however much you're going to have to spend on this next PlayStation,
Lord have mercy,
and slap it on the counter and saying,
I really don't want it.
Give me this streaming box, because that's what you're getting. You're getting a streaming box. Because you don't own the games anymore. Everything's coming from the cloud. It's a streaming stick. Just a little different dimensions. But it's like, that will be the real test of how far people are willing to be led like sheep Like how far are you going to go and
Correct.
follow the herder until they lead you to a pool of acid, and then you just walk right in?
Yeah, that's a thing, bro. Because like everything is cooked, bro. Like you can't even run the PC, bro, because memory prices are out of this world. Xbox is really about to do the same thing. Gaming is really just fries right now, bro. Like gaming is just it's just not what it was, bro. It's not like it's just not what it was anymore, unfortunately, man. And that's kind of sad to see, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got brainiacs out here. Like, this kind of is a little bit of a tangent, but Kyle Kuzma,
no, he has to go.
I
No,
no,
actually, bro, go ahead. I'm gonna let you say a piece, bro. But like, I have words.
I respected
words,
it
bro.
at first when he first started to, like, when I first saw his posting increase about his childhood and financial things and like how he's invested his money. I was like, okay, that's cool, that's nice. Then he keeps going, and he said what really got me, and that's why he said something else crazy.
The Zoran, the Mamdami thing.
I saw that, but before that, what really got me was when he was mad that people were upset with data centers. He says farms use way more water than data centers, but people are mad at technology. I'm sitting here like, what?
Yeah, I didn't know who told him. What farm uses more water than data centers?
I don't know. And you know what? Even if they do, what's the argument?
It's good. It's good.
Do you want food or do you want what's the second largest body of water or second largest reservoir in the US is drying up? I would rather my water go to producing food for people to eat and survive than AI. And people don't understand this whole AI thing is not just meant for chatbots. It's all leading to another stage, bro. A physical robotic stage where they're only going to need more power. They're not building these data centers to fund your chatbot. They're building these data centers to fund what comes next. I don't know what that is, but there's levels. And that guy, Kyle Kuzma, I think you might be a little out of touch on that one. Respectfully, I'm not in your tax bracket. I don't have the connections that you do. I don't know who you do. But as outside looking in, farms using water is okay.
Yeah,
before data centers.
It's like farms need that much water. Like farms literally need that much water. You are growing crops, feeding, like without water, without like agriculture, like water, like how do you expect crops and produce and vegetables to grow? Like what are you actually talking about? Like data centers use literally hundreds of millions of gallons of water to liquid cool CPUs and GPUs, which are used for what? All farms also aren't raising our electricity bills. They're not polluting, low income communities. Like what are we talking? Like what are we actually talking about? Like farms are like we need farms.
Good farms don't. So yeah. I will say, just because I know there's going to be a body of people out there who say farms are bad. Now, if you live next to them horrible pig farms like the ones in North Carolina where it's just feces flying through the air, yeah, that's cooked. But those are people are doing bad practices. And also cattle farms, I know that they do produce a lot of pollution. Like cows, beef produce some of the most pollution on earth because they're constantly like releasing gas. But still, at least those things go back and they feed back into us. We need them to survive. If data centers existed off the face of the earth today, you would still be able to live. You would have food and water and shelter. I think people are misconstruing necessity and we would like this, or we want to move society forward in this way. And that's why I get back to my point. Every big shift or revolution in society involved the decreasing of work needing to be done by the human body for each age or revolution. And I think that's kind of what Elon alludes to when he says universal pay, because I think he imagines a future where every job is solved and people don't really need to do anything. Like right now we have a lot of jobs. Every job is sort of just made, not every, but a lot of them are sort of just made for people to just do something because. But if AI truly has a goal and a solution, it's not to help us write more websites or write more PowerPoints. It's to solve the reason we even have to do these things in the first place. But that goes back, we still need food. Food.
Yeah. No, I'm actually so yeah. Like his I saw his tweet today about like he replied to Mamdami's tweet about Netanyahu, which I won't get into. But his quote to that was, "This is 2026. People cosplaying as things they don't have the authority, the talent, or the track record to actually be, just for content. A mayor playing president, a founder playing operator, a content creator playing one-on-one thinking he's pro." And if you hear how this is read, this is very clearly the most AI written tweet ever. A 25-year-old with a ring light playing economist, everyone auditioning, nobody building. We're raising a generation that learning the reward isn't in doing the thing. It's looking like you did the thing. The clip is the career. The pose is the product. The soundbite is a substitute for life's works. Don't fall for distractions. And they're frying him in the comments. They're telling him shut up and dribble, but we know you can barely do that. Like he like, bro, shut up, bro.
That's the
Just
most
shut up, bro.
Chat GPT written.
Like, bro, I can literally smell the Claude on your types. I can smell the Claude on your letters, gang. Like, bro, like literally, he's one of those guys, bro. Like, nobody asked for your opinion, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro, like nobody asked what you was thinking. What's Kuzma's take on this? What's Kuzma thinking? What's Kuzma's cooking? Nobody asked you that, bro. Like, actually, you might be one of the most bonehead guys in the league. Like, nobody really asked you for your take on this one, bro. So I can't lie. Like he's one of those guys, bro. Just enjoy your riches and just go away. like do not try to insert yourself into like these spheres of conversation, because you're not like, you don't have the you know what I'm saying, the resume to even be in these type of conversations, bro. But
He said Maladami is cosplaying. What is he doing? All of a sudden,
he's cosplaying as a basketball player. You're sorry.
Hey, I think he got mad when they said that he was a throw-in with the Giannis stuff. Like when those trades or talks were initially happening.
That's literally what he is.
Yes, I'm a throw-in. Yes, brother. Yes.
Yeah. Like you're not nice, bro.
You are valued to your company like I'm valued to mine. I'm a throw-in. Dog on it.
Quite literally. So it's like you're not like you're not a Bron, bro. Like Bron is it's like a lot of dudes think they are that and they're not. Like same way Tyler Hero thinks he's like some type of
Tyler Hero. He's lost his mind. I don't know what those messages were about. I don't know what happened with him and Bam the Great, but hopefully no more messages come out because Tyler that's just disrespectful. Person.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I just have no idea, man. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Another episode in the books, man.
Yeah, another episode. Remember, just a reminder, I'm healthy. I love my life. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right, please. Hey, but yeah, y'all, stay tuned. Stay aware of what's going on in the world. Prayers to your people. Make sure you're checking all your loved ones. And yeah, that was episode 21.
Yeah, coming back soon with some heat, man. Appreciate everybody tuning into this, listen to this. If you got into this point, much love. Let us know what you'd like to see next. We definitely gonna try to get back into. I know we haven't done it in a while, but definitely gonna try to get back into like our like stock picks and assets and ETFs and stuff like that. They'll be looking at, because a lot of people have been like reaching out to me asking, like, I don't know why I'm not a stock guru or nothing like that. Just like read Yahoo Finance like anybody else. But yeah, man, we will be back. We appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. And yeah, peace out. Y'all have a great week this week. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, and much love to all of y'all.
Peace.
Peace.